Hello and welcome to Orchids 365. This is my channel. If you're new, welcome. If you've been a subscriber for a while, thank you from the bottom of my heart. So I have a special orchid project that I want to share with you. So I did a bad thing. I bought 3 very established seedlings and perhaps 2 to 3 years from blooming size. This is the BLC Yen Corona. I'm going to tell you the story behind this orchid and why I misbehaved and I bought 3. About 2 years ago, I found one at a big box store. I don't know if it was Home Depot, Lowe's, whatever. It was in bud, and when it opened, it was the wrong orchid, and I already had it. And for the first time in my life, I had to return it because I was like, I can't. Then it just kept getting away from me. Every show, oh, there's one, I go back, it's gone. It happened to me so many times that when I saw it in stock online in Hauserman, I said, you know what? I've never ordered from them. I'm going to go ahead and order, and I'm going to make myself a specimen. You know, why not? I'm going to use my forever basket, and together we're going to take these babies out of all this moss. Typically, I wait until spring. Look at the size of these mosquitoes. Until spring. But the problem is that these have these plugs usually in the middle. It's like a sponge. We're going to see when we cut them open. And then with the heavy rain we're expecting on Sunday and all the shows I've had, I feel like if I don't take care of it now, I'm going to lose them because they can't sit in this. Not where I grow. So this is an exception. I don't do this all the time, especially not with Cattleyas if they're pushing out growths. But I think I have an instinct, you know, like that I should do it. So I've already wet these, and I've given them a little squeeze. However, there's these beautiful new roots. So what I tend to do with these baskets is I cut through here, all the way to the bottom, right there, very carefully. And you know what? You might hurt a root. Don't be so hard on yourself. But at least I know that I try my best not to. And then since this one has a lot going on, in here, I start doing this. And I'm going to do the same thing for all 3. All around. Sometimes the bottom, when I do that, just comes right off. I'm going to keep on trimming. So what I'm doing is I'm trimming evenly in the bottom. I'm just following the line, trimming between the roots. And don't let the dry roots fool you. They can push out new roots from there as well. So just try to be kind to all of the roots. Try to save them. I have so many bees behind the camera. That was not a bee, that was another bug. The mosquitoes are no joke. Okay. Then I did the bottom. See? It should be able to come right off. If you see that there's anything stuck in there, like this little guy, and you want to save him, give it a snip. Oh wait, this has a snip. Needed a bigger snip. So what you want, ideally, now this takes a lot of patience. I have to do this 3 times. But I'm not going to make you suffer all 3 times. I'm just showing you the first time. See this? That's what you want. And now this, oh, perfect. That came right off. I have no use for it. So since you did that in the bottom, you could roll it. Look at that. It's perfect. Now, I did not hurt any of those beautiful roots. Now, this is the part where you also want to be careful. So I always wear a glove because I just don't know what's living in there. And I want to show you the reason that I'm in a hurry to do this right now. This is why I wanted to open the basket with the camera running, because you need to see this. It has a name, like a more sophisticated name. I call it the sponge. And in my case, it's the sponge of death. But anyways, see that? It looks like a little sponge. Now, when a grower has a bunch of seedlings, plugs, whatever, they need this because this protects the root ball and it keeps, you know, they don't have to wet it as much. But when you take it out, it's this porous, squishy little thing and it holds like a sponge. See? Maybe you can even hear the squishy sound. If I were to leave that in here, forget it. Goodbye. So that is what I was really wanting to show you because that would mess up, potentially drown her, at least here. I don't want that. So yeah, this part you're already aware with. There's tiny little space, but the most thing that worries me was the little sponge sitting in the middle in the root ball. I can't have that, guys. So not every seedling or whatever has it, but a lot of them do, because you know, if you've been watching my channel for a while, I do grow them from you know, a very small size. Rarely do I ever do this bundle thing that I'm doing where I'm trying to pot up 3 together. I never do that. So I'm trying something new today, because I'm always telling you, don't be afraid to try something new. What's the worst? Ouchies. Okay, that one part that I didn't have bug spray, that hurt. What's the worst that could happen? You fail? Try it again. I was even thinking, together we'll decide in this video. When I put them in here, we'll see if 2 is good, or if 3 should be enough, or if I should pot 2 there and 1 separate just in case. But I'm gonna stop doubting myself. I'm just gonna go for it. I mean, when I see a bloom, or when you guys see a bloom and I post it, then you'll be like, wow, you know? So this one, I always, when I clean them up, I like to take them back there and hose them down a little. But wow, look at those roots, guys. I definitely will be ordering more from Hauserman. Very, very beautiful, healthy orchids. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the same exact thing that I showed you, but I'm not going to make you sit through it and watch it again, where I'm just going to cut through the bottom. So you saw how that was very effortless, and I did not cut any roots, because I'm just cutting. I'm following that same pattern where the bottom will come off and then the side will come off, and I will have a happy little free seedling. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing. See, the bottom's already off. So when I'm done doing it with this and this, I'll show you the next step, because I don't want to make you sit through watching the same thing 3 times, because you might be like, okay, Roxy, move it along. Okay, maybe this last little snip. Maybe we'll get lucky and the whole thing will come off, right? Because the bottom's already loose. I can totally just go bloop. This is what you want to happen, ideally. And now we start playing the little game of freeing the roots. Oh my God, this is like a dream. Look, see, sometimes you luck out and this happens. So don't be afraid. It's a really good hack. I'm gonna be right back. Friendly reminder, if you're an outside Florida grower, don't forget to remove the sponge of death from the middle of your poor little seedling before you let it sit out. Times later, and I have thing 1, thing 2, thing 3 ready. The second one didn't have much of a sponge, but the last one had the whole thing. So I call this the sponge of death in my garden. Again, I understand they need to use this. The growers need to use this. But if I don't get this thing out of the root ball, oh my goodness, kiss it goodbye. I also have a huge pile, and everything came out without getting hurt. So now we decide how we're going to establish these. And I think there's plenty of space to keep the 3 specimens in my forever basket. I don't think I'm going to hang it, but if I ever do want to hang it, let me remind you that these holes are pre-made for the wire hangers that you buy in the big box stores or in orchid supplies. So it'll run all the way through, and like I said, forever basket. I came up with this concept, I would say at the beginning, almost 2 years ago, because I had to replace those wood bamboo baskets so many times, and it's not like they're cheap either. When you're buying so many, you invest in a good product and you don't have to keep buying and buying and buying. I'm gonna grab some zip ties, because I'm thinking zip ties to hold them real good to the bottom here, like this, and then I can show you the media that I'm using. Okay, got me some zip ties. I'm loving this design because the holes help so much in these situations, because you just run them through the bottom, bring them up, and I'm gonna show you now. I'm gonna run it right through the middle. I'm gonna take this glove off. I can't even, I already touched all the stuff and I can't work with it on. Okay, let me see. Of course I ran the zip tie the wrong way. So this way and that way. So that, excuse me, so that it forms something to grab it on. Okay, so what I want to do is I ran the zip tie underneath the basket. I'm going to do the first one before I show you, and then I'm going to hold it up. Ay, ay, ay. You know, I usually just put the media in there, but this thing has a lot of growing to do, and I'm a little paranoid. There you go. That, I don't know, that those kind of wobble or something. You know the rule, no wobbly orchids. Okay. These are new zip ties. So what I'm doing is I have it through here, through the bottom, and I'm tightening it up as much as I think I need to. And, okay, I want it to sit tight. I mean, I'm still gonna reinforce it with the media, but this is just me being extra, you guys. A lot of times you can just pot it up and let it be, but, ay, you know, crazy orchid growing for me. This is extra, but I like sturdiness, and I know that since the roots are still growing, this is gonna like reassure me. It's gonna help them stick faster, and I can always go in there and cut it off when she doesn't need it anymore. So there's my first one. See? Very secure. I mean, and we're growing outside, guys. Things are always bouncing off of our baskets. I know Julio is. So that's just me. You can also run it to the top and then the bottom. For me, it's easier to do it to the bottom. So just run it through any two holes, so there's plenty to choose from. And if you think it's too far away, you bring it back together. See, I'm spacing them. And then if I change my mind, I can always just undo it. And we'll see if we like how that looks. When you're doing this, be careful with the leaves. Try to go in the middle so that you don't. Okay, I think I'm gonna squeeze it a little bit more. And then, okay, whee. Oh, I like this one. This one is, ooh, I did good there. Okay, that's enough. So I'm gonna snip, snip. And we have two that will not go anywhere. And that makes me feel better. All right, guys, this is the moment of truth. What do? We put another one there in the other corner. Put it in the middle so it grows. It's gonna be more full. I think in the middle, definitely in the middle. If this was alive, it would be so much easier to get your opinion. It's gonna be a beast, but I don't mind. I'll take it, right? So now, I'm gonna go in the middle, kind of like where I had the idea of putting it. I'm gonna do the same thing with this one. I hope I'm not boring you too much. Okay. I'm really happy with how this looks, and we haven't even put the media yet. When I get that one mosquito, it's gonna be over. One, just one. Look at this. Oh, pretty, how pretty. Okay, so I sometimes put lava rocks in my Cattleyas. It's big, established. However, these babies are pushing out roots. I'm putting it in my mix. I'm not worried at all because of all the drainage that I have in this pot. So what I have here is like a medium grade Orchids bark, charcoal, and some sponge rock. That's probably gonna fall through the bottom, maybe not, because I bought a bag of sponge rock that I thought was gonna be bigger, but I mean, come on, guys, they were supposed to be bigger than this. Anyways, so we are going to just see what stays, right? And then now I don't have to worry about anything knocking my little seedling off of its basket, because they're a lot more delicate when they're seedlings, and they're also a lot thirstier. So while I never put media in my Cattleyas, I'm doing it in these because I know they're gonna need it. You know, you have to sometimes make these decisions and hope for the best, but I also do buy the good bark. So I'm not gonna overload it too much. I I think that's more than enough, because if I think they need more, I'll put more. Look how cute this looks, you guys. I love it, and you'll see it grow in my videos, but I'm really, really happy. I'm not sure if I'm gonna hang it yet. I might, because they're still kind of little. I don't have to worry about the roots attaching, so we are gonna find a spot for it. I am going to put a little zip tie and add the IDs, all 3 of them, so I could remember what I did. And this is my little project that I wanted to share with you. I want you to remember to always, always be kind, because kindness is free, and God knows the world needs more of that. Just go around, compliment somebody, say thank you, say excuse me, let somebody pass in front of you when you're driving. It's really not that hard to be nice, right? Just be kind, just be kind. We need that so much. And in this community, I have received nothing but love and kindness, and I appreciate you so much for that. So like I said, I hope you enjoyed this little project of mine. This is the first I ever do this, 3 in one basket. Let's see how it goes. You don't know if you don't try. So happy growing. Thanks for watching, and please remember to always, always be kind. Bye.